Sorry, I've been getting some emails from work, and I'm trying to just like send out some stuff so that they'll stop fucking bothering me.
No worries, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
I can't lock and do work at the same time. I can talk to you guys, but I'm not actually watching Lost.
All right, everybody, we
I feel
are.
like that's unfair to you, the fans.
Yes. Well, what is great for you, the fans? We've got Leka with us
Yay.
for this episode 13.
Thank
Some
you
like
for
it
joining
hot.
us.
Yeah.
For having me.
We are now, so it's 10 hours, over 10 hours into our 14-hour marathon, raising money for the Hawaii Food Bank. So please
I think
go
it's
down.
going to end up being longer than 14 hours. We're going to have like our 14-hour marathon is going to be like
at least
16 maybe.
Yeah. Maybe 15 or 16. So we're about
Whoa.
half an hour behind schedule. Yeah, and we just checked the totals. We're at $340, I think. So we're still a little over $100 away from our goal of 500. So we can hit that soon. I'll shave my mustache again. I feel like I did that already. We'll shave AJ's, but
if we can get to 500, I will shave half of my beard for whatever the remainder we have left of this.
nice.
It's very attainable this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very attainable. And last time I know that you were the only one that didn't get to be involved in our little shaving games.
Yeah.
In the shave times, I actually felt a little scared, but this time I would like to try and.
This time he is the first sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. Okay.
The altar of weird facial hair. Are we ready to?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit start on our episodes of Some Like It Hoth. Let's hit start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Some Like It Hoth. Again, welcome to everybody that's following us today. Appreciate it. We are 10 hours in. We're starting Some Like It Hoth. A Miles episode.
Yes, I think one of the only Miles episodes we get. We get to see little kid Miles, and then we're going to see goth Miles in a bit. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot to touch on in this scene with this baby.
I guess it's dick, like full on.
Right, so we're talking about time travel. This whole season is about time travel. So if you were to time travel and kill someone in the past, a villain or a murderer or a war crime person, and then boom. Right.
Teenagers. I've wanted to kill teenagers.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course Hitler, but
then it's also about kids.
wait, they worship Hitler, right?
Yeah. But I mean, they probably still would have done it if they listened to Hitler.
I don't know if they worshipped it, but they were pretty big fans.
Yeah.
All right, then Hitler. Hitler.
No Hitler, no Columbine.
No Columbine.
That's.
And so we have, this is Miles learning that he's got his ability to talk to dead people, hear dead people. You guys ever had any psychic experiences, hearing other people's thoughts, having your mind read? Palm reading? That's something I want to get into.
I do like tarot cards.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I actually bought some tarot cards. I'm a fucking idiot, but they're actually very hard to do.
Really? Have you learned how to do it?
It takes like some skill, right?
Sort of, but it's like you have to like take a fucking college course for it, you know? Like it's a real study. I was like, I don't want to learn things. I just want to know stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like in my house somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had some. Have you guys had any interactions with that stuff?
No.
Any
Well,
supernatural?
No, I think I brought this up in the last stream we did, that my grandmother read my cards, but it was just regular playing cards. She told me that my girlfriend was going to cheat on me with a tall white man. And that I did too many drugs, and that's why I got bloody noses.
Stop.
Yeah. It was just her way of kept saying grandma stuff at me.
How old were you then?
No, I was 18, I think? 18 or 19.
Oh, wow.
What?
Did it come true?
Did you have a girlfriend that cheated on you with a white guy?
Did you have a lot of nosebleeds?
I did get nosebleeds, but I just always got nosebleeds. I was one of those kids that got nosebleeds all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't doing
Some
cocaine.
other cocaine sniffing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. No,
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I remember the first time my nose started hemorrhaging.
Right.
When I woke my folks up for help, my dad's first words were, "You doing coke?"
What? How old were you?
19.
Okay. Is
And
that
were
what
you
you
doing
said?
coke?
No, I wasn't. That was like, or maybe I wasn't even 19. I might have been 18 at that point, because it was like the summer after I got alcohol poisoning, and my
Wow.
body was having real hard time dealing with trying to drink again.
Right. Oof.
What happens to you when you get alcohol poisoning?
I got sick for like a week because I didn't go to the hospital to get my stomach pumped. My doctor called me a fucking retard.
Oh.
That was my doctor's words to me. Exactly.
Doctors be like that, yeah.
You said you're a fucking
Doctors
retard?
like that.
Yeah, because he's like, you should have went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I was telling him like, oh yeah, no, I drank too much, and I just like for the next 2 days, I was lying on my bathroom floor just puking and shitting constantly. And
Whoa.
you know, for the rest of the week, I was still I wasn't puking anymore, but I was still shitting constantly.
Right. Ugh.
Whoa.
And super dehydrated.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, that's alcohol poisoning, stupid.
Wow. It sounds like you have like a really close relationship with
Yeah.
your doctor. Like most doctors are like, yeah.
You have the same doctor?
At that point, it was still my pediatrician because I was only 18.
No.
And I was just like, I don't have adult insurance yet, so I don't see any reason to get an adult doctor. And he's like, well, you've had alcohol poisoning, so I feel like it's time.
You're doing adult
go to
stuff.
a real doctor.
Yeah.
He didn't say a real doctor.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
Until I could drink normally again.
Yeah.
Maybe about 6 or 7 months.
Damn.
What?
So first 3 times I tried drinking after that, whenever my blood pressure would spike, I would just start hemorrhaging blood.
Oh.
Stop! From your
Yeah.
nose?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
And you didn't quit drinking
Actually,
until...
no, only the first 2 times that happened. The third time, I just got sick.
Right.
Like regular sick, and I was like, oh, this is much better.
I don't think I'm gonna die. I'm not bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Whoa.
like it was a profuse amount of blood too.
Oh.
Like it wasn't just like a regular nosebleed. Like the second time it happened, because I knew what was going on, I grabbed the 40-ounce Slurpee cup and I just held it under my nose and I watched TV for a while. And once it was about this much full, I was just like, I should probably put some ice on my face so it stops bleeding.
Yeah.
Chad!
Because I knew from the first time that nothing would stop the blood except for putting ice on my nose.
Right. Constrict those blood vessels. Jeez.
Yeah.
And that was all because of your drinking. And you didn't quit drinking until 2 years ago or something? Like 20 years later?
But
Not 20 years.
I didn't have nosebleeds again from drinking specifically after that summer.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I did find out after that summer or not after that summer. I did, the hemorrhaging came back again about like 6 years later, I want to say.
All right.
And I found out that I couldn't take anything that thins my blood too much. Like I can't take Advil.
No,
If I take Advil, it'll do the same thing where my nose just starts spouting blood again.
Right. Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Wow.
this is like an anime character bullshit.
Yeah. You're too horny.
It's just like,
Yeah.
looks like a goddamn faucet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Punk Rock Miles with piercings all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's youngin' Miles.
Miles looks like David, and it's not like a racial thing.
Yeah.
He does look like David.
Then we have the same facial hair.
Yeah, if it was a racial thing, you would be like David and Chad look alike.
Yeah.
You don't.
Right, David. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys ever had any facial piercings?
No.
Facial piercings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Niggas had a few.
Pierced everything.
Yeah, but you had like nose piercings.
Yeah. I thought so I had weight loss surgery.
Right.
Like before you get the weight loss surgery, I went through this whole program where they're like, imagine what you look like after the surgery and you've lost all the weight. And I was like, I have fucking dreadlocks and I've got a tattoo on my neck.
Wow.
And I'm this bohemian witch like this. And I did all of it. And like, I realized like, that's not who the fuck you are, bitch. Like, what are you doing? You're fucking 33 with a septum piercing. Like, what are you doing? And I took it all off. And, like, came back home to myself. But yeah, I've had my
You were a
tongue
witch
pierced.
for a year.
Yeah, that's cool. You gotta try it.
Yeah, the whole. I honestly thought I was.
It was fun. We did have a lot of levitating tarot cards in the house.
Yeah, and that was like my tarot card phase and everything. Yeah. Have you guys had piercings or tattoos and stuff?
David has that.
Yeah, I got 2 tattoos. I got my Star Wars one up here, my MXPX tattoo on my leg, and I got my nipple pierced when I was 18 or 19. Yeah.
Ah, David,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
No, that's
What is the
so like
story
erotic. Like,
your
what a
nipple piercing?
freak.
Yeah.
I can't. Please.
I thought it would
explain.
impress girls,
That's
so I
high
got my nipple pierced.
You
So I
got
think
it?
it was my left one. Yeah, I got it and it hurt.
Just the one?
What? Yeah, just one.
Did you not wear a shirt a lot?
No, I wore shirts all the time. So like, only maybe 2 people ever knew I had it. Because I had to take it out when I joined the military and never put it back in.
To impress girls and never show it to anyone.
Yeah, and then never show it to anyone. So it's not like I had muscles or anything.
That's actually genius.
Wait, you only got one pierce?
Yeah, it's my left one, I
Just the
think.
left one.
'Cause I think if you get your right one, that means you're gay, right?
Wait, so how
I think
long
it's
did you
earrings,
keep
but
it on before you took it out?
probably over a year, I think I had it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I got it and it hurt, and I was like,
That's
okay.
actually-
But it wasn't so bad. And then when I got it, there was a girl that did it. She was like the only girl at the tattoo parlor. So I
Yeah.
was trying to impress her, but I was showing how tough I was. So after I got it done, I was like, okay, cool. I'll just be getting out of here, and stood up, and then immediately all the blood just rushed out of the top part of my body, and I turned gray and was like, ooh. She made me sit down for like 20 minutes.
What?
I mean,
Nah.
funny if, like if you're exactly her type, she's like, you know what? I love guys to get their left nipple pierced and then immediately get like a head rush.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then almost faint.
Yeah.
Yeah, nipple piercings are high maintenance. Like my cousin, she
Yeah.
had both of her nipples pierced. She said she had to fill a shot glass with rubbing alcohol, and like just to clean
Right,
it, just
yeah.
to maintain it, was like a lot of
It
work.
was like a barbell, and like you have to kind of pull it out, and like it's like gunk gets in there, and you have to like scrape it off of there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What?
It's a whole
What is
thing.
the gunk?
Whoa.
Can you tell me what the gunk is?
It's kind of. I think
It's the
just-
same gunk that appears in
Yeah.
any piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had any other
He's
piercings. but I
never
think,
had any
I
piercings.
wish I would.
I think it's
No.
the kind of gunk you get like in your belly button or something, you know. But like you just have to
Yeah.
clean it off because it's not something that's exposed where you can normally just wash it normal.
Right.
Sweat, skin cells, other
Yeah.
random debris.
Find some kind of bacterias.
Have you had many piercings previously? Chet?
I've only had ear piercings like
Mhm.
multiple times.
Yeah.
I've had to take them all out.
They're just immediately closed off.
Yes, that's the reason why I have to
Hmm.
why I have to take them out, because you know how after a certain amount of time that you have the ear piercing, like you should be able to take it out and then it won't it won't close. Like you can
Right.
like, switch to another piercing, or like sometimes you can leave it empty for like a whole day before switching to something else. My body refused to do that and would just heal as quickly as possible every time.
You're like
and
the
it-
Wolverine of ear piercings.
yeah. I have like a special healing factor that only works in my earlobes. Because I had the first time I got my ear pierced, I got my left ear pierced in 6th grade. Because I told my dad I think it would be cool, and my dad's like, okay. So he let me get my ear pierced.
Wait. You told your dad, I think it might be cool, and your dad was like, okay. Oh, you're the coolest dad.
Yeah. My dad's been cooler than me for a long time.
Does your dad have his ears pierced?
If I told,
No, he
Wow.
doesn't.
if I told my dad, if I told my dad that I wanted to get an ear piercing, he wouldn't have been there. I would have been talking to a wall. Like, Dad, can you get an ear piercing? Oh, right.
I never wanted to have children. That's hilarious.
But I got it for my 12th birthday, I think. And then it ended up like when I first tried the Switch. Like that first time I tried to switch, I tried to switch too early, and the thing had semi-sealed
Ooh.
by the time I tried to put a different earring in, so I
Right.
had to just give up because I was just like, I could just poke out the back of my ear, but that's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah. Oof.
So I give up. 2 years later, I tried again. This was when I was a freshman in high school. This time I got one in each side. Yeah, I let it sit in there a little bit longer. So when I took them out, I was able to switch earrings, and it was just like, okay, this is totally fine. This works great. And then I had to go to a family function where they said it would be inappropriate for me to wear my earrings. So I was like, okay, I'll just take them out for the night and put them back in when I get home. By the time I put it back in when I got home, they were not like sealed, but the holes were difficult to push through again.
Yeah.
How long did you have them up?
For about, I think, 5 hours.
Wow.
And then
Whoa.
I tried pushing the thing through because I was just like, you know what? It's still like a piercing that I've had for like over 6 months. I'm gonna be fine. This is not something where it's like it's sealed up and it's gonna be real bad. It's just a little bit of pain that I gotta push through. So I tried doing it and I was just like, I fucking can't. It hurts.
All right.
So I asked my dad to help. So my dad did it, and my ear started bleeding and it got infected.
Oh.
Damn.
So I had to take those out, and I tried it again on my, when I was 17, and this time I did 2 holes in the same ear, and I got it punched around where the earlier holes were.
Right.
This time I just left in the original 2 studs for like 8 months before I tried changing anything. And I was able to wear the earrings for, I want to say, maybe about a year and a half with other different earrings. And then when I was at about a year and a half, I was just like, oh, I got to go in for a job interview that I feel like this might be inappropriate for. So let me just take it out. And I took it out in the morning, and I didn't go immediately home afterwards. After that job interview, then I went to class because that was when I was at KCC. So I had a job interview in the morning, then I went to school, and then I went home, and I had had my earrings out from 7 in the morning until 6 at night.
Yeah.
And then I tried to put the earrings back in. It was hard to push through again, and I'm just said, all right, fuck it. I guess it's not meant to have pierced ears.
Yeah.
That's a fast healing. Like within a matter of hours. It's not like days.
Yeah. It's a super elastic ears.
Yeah, like I said, it's apparently just my ears that heal that fast, because nothing else does.
Wish my heart healed that fast. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that happened to my nose. I had a piercing in my nose, and I tried to take it out to clean it, and I couldn't put it back in.
Yeah.
It was like literally 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
stupidest thing, and I was so mad because it costed me like $50 to get this shit done, and I was so pissed. And I just left it out. I had like 2 in my nose and then 1 in my septum.
Yeah, at a certain point, you're just like, I don't think this is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of upkeep.
Waste of money.
It's a lot of upkeep. Chicks never see it. That's the
I know,
point.
man.
Yeah.
It was always like my adornment was never like earrings or whatever, but it was always like fun Halloween mask or some bullshit. I was like, how high is this for like a day? But then, it's not the same.
Are you likening a Halloween mask to a piercing?
I am.
I mean, they're both kind of temporary.
Yeah.
I don't have any Halloween masks right now.
Your own kind of
You get a
costume.
piercing if you reach $500.
You know what? I'd be willing to cover that. I'll save the
Yeah.
beard. If we in the group are willing to admit to it, I will pierce one thing.
His lip.
What?
I feel like that's not a beginner piercing.
Yeah.
I go, that's jumping straight on the freeway.
Mhm.
Of all that is piercings.
Your nipple. No, I'm kidding.
I'll take a left nip. Guys, I'm mildly drunk.
It's
Where's my thing? All right, yeah.
You wanna drink
And no
some?
tattoos for me.
Me either. I'm not good at commitment like that.
yeah.
You know what?
I said I am not good at commitment tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. What made you want to decide on a tattoo, Dave?
Thought it would impress girls. Everything I did when I was 18 was just to impress girls.
Wait, what was the first
That's
one you got?
generally like the entire early 20s for most dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got my MXPX tattoo on my leg. It was my first one the day after I turned 18, I think. And then I got my Boba Fett Star Wars one up here on my arm a couple months later, and that was when I was 18, and that was almost half my life ago, and I haven't gotten another one since. They're fine,
Damn.
Whoa.
but I don't.
Would you want
I'm
to
not
get one?
passionate. If I had a really good idea for one, yeah, I guess so. But like, I can just see taking that money and spending it on anything else and being fine with that. Like, I'm not somebody who's passionate about tattoos at all.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. A lot of people these days are about the tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love the tattoos.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad for folks that love it. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy. I don't know, man. I always feel like it's so permanent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
permanent.
I actually have like some stuff that I want to do, and like I've thought about it for years, where it's like here's a short list of things that I know that I'm not going to regret.
Right.
There's a much longer list of things where I'm like, wow, I'm glad I didn't get that tattooed on me when I wanted to.
Yeah.
But there's like a handful of things where I'm like, yes, I think that these would be all great.
Yeah.
But I never got it, mostly because like I knew that my grandma would be like super upset when she was alive, and since she's been gone, I feel like I've had better uses for my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to get the green mushroom from Mario Brothers
Oh,
on
yeah.
my wrist.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I was like a goofy ass tumultuous teenager, and I was like into cutting just because, and I wanted to like cover it up with that tattoo.
Oh,
I
yeah.
also wanted a Tetris piece because I was really into Tetris because
Tetris
I'm
is
a
a great
genius.
game. Yeah.
But yeah. Yep. And a Taurus sign.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because you guys drive
Almost
that Ford
tucked in.
Taurus.
Because of our car.
There's
Yeah.
actually just the Ford sign. There's the complete Ford logo.
Yeah. I almost talked him into getting his sign, which is a Capricorn, on me, and then my sign, which is a Taurus, but
Oh. Very nice.
cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah.
We didn't, thankfully.
Yeah.
It would, yeah. I don't know. I would go in for something like that, but I don't know, man. I'm still. It's ink.
We
forever.
still might
Yeah.
get divorced. No, I'm just joking.
With those tattoos, we might get divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the saving throw of our relationship.
Yeah. There's plenty of stuff where even if it's like, yeah, it's permanent, but like, and it might not be something that you're super proud of, but you won't necessarily be like ashamed or regret about it. Like, I like MXPX a lot, but I started listening to them again because in quarantine they started putting out like live streams of them doing acoustic stuff. My career from MXPX, but literally between I don't know 6 months ago and 15 years ago, probably. I don't know if I bought any MXPX music or really listened to them that much. So it's like, if I had never gotten an MXPX tattoo, that's probably fine. But I'm not like ashamed of it. I don't regret it. Like, it's fine that it's there. It was $50.
Yeah.
But
you know.
It's a footnote to a time.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's a reminder to a time.
Yeah.
Callback.
That's fair.
If I had to get any band tattooed on me at that age, it would have been Hanson.
Hanson.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
I was
Girl
so
loved her some
I
Hanson.
swear to God, I would have.
You were in love with the drummer?
People.
The
I was
little
in
boy?
love with Zach. Yes. Yeah.
It's
Hanson.
amazing.
If I had
the
gotten
long boy hair?
Yes.
if I'd gotten whatever I wanted when I was 18 for tattoos, I would have like a giant Danzig skull on my back.
That would be badass.
Oh my
Just because
God.
I thought it was the coolest looking thing ever.
Yeah.
I remember having the thought, I didn't like the idea of tattoos, and this is an idea that was in my brain. But you guys remember there used to be this old show on PBS? It was called Play It Safe, and every single episode had like a frog falling off of a rocking chair. Do you guys remember anything like that?
You're so weird,
No.
babe. No, but go ahead.
No. I always thought about tattooing that puppet frog falling off of a rocking chair onto my back, which is I would never do. But for some reason, when I think of tattoos, I think of the Play It Safe frog from
Right.
PBS public broadcasting television.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that your
It's
idea
fun.
of like, oh, what would I like? This one weird cartoon thing that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has no.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like people are getting like their kids' names tattooed or their birthdays. You ever seen those new tattoos where it's like an audio file? It's a tattooed audio wave, and then if you scan it, it'll be like your baby's first cry.
Yeah, I've seen like pictures of that, and I'm just like, that sounds like it's not going to age well.
Yeah.
Because if your skin gets all weird
Yeah.
when you try and scan that later, like your child's first word or whatever is not going to sound like your child anymore. It's going to sound like a monster.
Yeah.
It's like the devil. It's gonna be like one of those speaking spells from the 90s. Like it'll start off fine and then start to be
Yeah, it's like if you took a speak and say and then lit it on fire mid speak.
and then like use it as the token to move around a Ouija fucking board. I don't even know how that would logically make sense. Those things are so big.
That is crazy.
Yeah, you said use a part of it. Well, I think you could use on the speaking spells. No, I'm thinking of what's the one where it's got the little arrow in the middle, and you pull on the string, and then it lands like a cow, and it says the cow goes moo or whatever.
Yeah.
You could use that arrow as a planchette on a Ouija board.
Oh.
I've never used a Ouija board.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. I've always wanted to. I just never known anybody who had one.
Me too.
My wife won't let me get one.
Bucket list. Let's contact the dead.
I live right across the street from a cemetery, so it's probably a bad idea for me to be using a Ouija board.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to say like, oh, I necessarily believe in ghosts and hauntings and
Right.
like possession and whatnot, but why chance it?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I think I have the same feeling. Yeah, at the same time, you're just all like, let's contact something.
Yeah.
Isn't that what this episode is about? It's about like hearing the dead and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you so
that's
much for
what
getting
Miles
us back on
does.
track.
Yeah, it's Miles' whole
Right?
thing. It's a
He
human
was my
Ouija board.
favorite character in Lost because
He was
he's
my
like
favorite
the only
character.
one that had a superpower like that. Yeah.
Well, Hurley gets it later.
Yeah. Hurley has
Does
his own
he?
version where he
Yeah.
converses with the dead.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey.
And of course, Desmond is
Yeah,
immune to
I remember
electromagnetism.
that.
But Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Miles is my second favorite character in this whole series.
Yeah.
But he was one of my
I
favorites.
really like Miles just because he's kind of a standoffish prick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just like
Fun.
that's a real reasonable course to be on when you get stuck on this crazy fuck island.
Yeah.
Yeah, with just nobody around, just you and a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, he's a survivor, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do like the Miles character.
Also, he looks like David.
Also, the character's name is Miles Strom
Yeah.
because the writers wanted it to sound like Maelstrom.
Yeah.
No, yes, yeah.
And his dad's name is Pierre Chang. So is that.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
have
had
like
to.
a Maelstrom and a Calvin Witt or a Marvin Candle.
I
Yeah.
love Hurley. Hurley is me. He's just so like honest-hearted and dopey, you know. He's like, why don't you guys
But will
just talk
still
about your
hit someone with a
problem?
car.
Yeah. Still fucking kill you.
Yeah, I
So
love
this is
Hurley.
season 5. 2 seasons ago, Hurley was just murking people with that band. He was like killing people.
Was
left and
he?
right.
While listening to Three Dog Night.
Yeah.
What was the song?
I don't remember what the Three Dog Night song was,
I
but
don't know.
I remember
It's
it being
been a
Three Dog Night.
Night.
Isn't that an Elvis song?
No, that's a Beatles song.
Yeah, it's the Beatles
Oh,
song.
it's a Beatles song.
It's beautiful,
Got you.
So, viewers, comment below with your favorite Beatles song that isn't a Beatles song, and I will send you a live Beatle. I'll put it in an envelope and send it to you.
It may not be live once it gets to you.
Yeah. But I will put a French
At
fry
the
in
time
there.
of mailing.
Yeah.
We're packing a lot of food for the Beetle. But the Beetle, it's up to the Beetle for it to exercise restraint and
Yeah.
budget that food on his
When we used to live in California, we used to have a lot of these big black beetles that would come around.
Right.
And my dad had the idea to tie a string to one of its legs and like use it like a kite. And we thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Until I grew up and was like, that's cruel. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. And then we just like pull it down and kill it afterwards, like stomp it with our feet. Because we had no fun.
I thought you were gonna say like you would use it like a kite, and then when you got tired, you would let it fly free.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. We didn't give a shit
You're
about life.
These Beetles need to die. They have
Like,
just
my dad is so smart. That's what he taught me.
He does like see the Beetle on the kite.
He'd be like,
and
brrr,
crush.
brrr, struggling for its life.
So like I didn't want to be made into a toy. Just wanted
We
to
don't
be
care. We need entertainment.
Nah. It's like we used to catch fireflies when I was a kid and put them in jars. When we poke holes in the top, they would still end up dying because if you keep them in there for more than a day, they would die.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're insanely easy to catch.
We
Like,
were kids.
they
They're
glow
dumb.
real bright, and then they just like hover in one spot. You can just walk up and grab it.
Whoa.
Like most bugs don't just like hang out where you can just walk up and grab them. So it's their own fault.
Those
They have
bugs
no
had like
survival
big
instinct.
hubris.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not gonna get grabbed.
Well, I've always wanted to see fireflies, like in real life.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I've always been in the ghetto, so there are no fireflies
Like our
there.
fireflies are rats. Our fireflies are regular flies.
They're like cigarette butts in a tree. Yeah.
Look at
Our
all
fireflies
the
are
cigarette
flies that are on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, man.
Miles.
So Miles is getting yanked up into a van.
Yeah.
He's getting yoked up into a van.
I like how cool he is while he's being kidnapped. He's like, you owe me a fish taco. What? I still don't know who these other guys are.
But they asked him the question. A question. Isn't this
They're like on the other team. Like what team?
Yeah, it's confusing. They are.
Team
These are Team Jacob
Team
people.
Edward from Twilight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Team Jacob, and then there's also a Team Edward. And so they kind of clash.
Team Edward?
Yeah.
Who's Edward?
Yeah,
I only know
the
Jacob,
vampire
Ben,
who's, like,
and
sparkly.
but the other guy, the rich dude.
Yeah, Edward. He's the sparkly vampire dude.
Shut up, you dummy. I was really into Twilight at one point.
It comes through in the show.
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, at the end we find out the whole thing was all a dream, basically. So yeah, that was a major plot point in the last movie.
Wait, so what are they asking him in this scene?
They're asking him to not work for the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
What's his name? Widmore. Widmore's people offered him money to work for them, and he's just like, "Oh, all right." And then the Jacob.
Offer him anything, right?
Yeah, Team Jacob was just like, "You shouldn't work for them," and he's just like, pay me twice what Widmore is paying me, $3.2 million." They said, "We ain't giving you shit. Throw him out of the van."
Yeah. Yeah. And Miles is still the coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
Like unshaken and everything.
You know what's interesting is that was never really addressed in the show because he says he needs X amount of money.
Yeah.
That was never explained. He gets the money that he needs by lifting that diamond at the end of the series, but what does he need the money for?
Who knows? Figured to take his
live
mom
in America.
She got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's American.
Yeah.
What American doesn't
okay.
need money?
Fair point.
He figured that's just the right amount of money to retire on.
2.2.
Yeah.
He's like, this seems right.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like in 2008 or 2009 when this was.
Right.
Or 2006 is when it's supposed to be happening, right?
Yeah, when the original crash, but this is 3 years later.
So this would be 2009,
Yeah.
which is, I believe, when it's airing, because season 6, the finale, aired in 2010.
Yeah. Well, I guess he
Yeah, that sounds about right.
he got to the island in 2006. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he wasn't one of the Oceanic.
I don't know what it was like in 2006 money, but I know in 2018 money, which is the last time I looked it up, if you want to just if you want to just get $50K in dividends every month, you need to invest like $2 million. Or I'm sorry, not $2 million, $8 million. And then you can conservatively get about $50K in dividends a month.
50K is a lot per month. Yeah.
Yeah, $50K is my salary. Or sorry, not $50K a month, $50K a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my salary. So it's just like, oh, I know I can live off of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Jeez, in terms of, because imagine like celebrities that have like so much money in the bank, they just make cash like fucking brushing their teeth, right? I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them do. Generally speaking, most celebrities don't have a lot of passive ways of making them money. Like they have to be doing projects. It's not like how like business people, a lot of times the business sort of runs independent of them, but they still get money.
I see.
Like people would talk about how like Michael Jordan back in the day, like he would make like fucking $30,000 while he was brushing his teeth.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, that's just when you break down like how much money he's getting from his contract and sponsorships.
Yeah.
Sneaker deals, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Damn.
Did you guys ever watch that Michael Jordan documentary they had on ESPN? It's on Netflix now, I think, or Hulu, one of them.
I didn't see it.
I haven't watched it. I need to.
Yeah.
I want to watch Shaq.
Nice. They need to make a Shaq documentary. That'd be awesome.
Have they?
I don't think so.
They probably will.
They should.
I mean, there was that movie Blue Chips. It wasn't a documentary, but it had Shaq in it, and
Yeah.
it was kind of semi-autobiographical-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's-
They make this character such a hateable character, but this guy is always playing this role in a lot of the stuff that he pops up in. It's very
Yeah.
like it's just he's usually the antagonist in a lot of
What guy?
this actor.
Oh,
playing
Sawyer?
Opposite Sawyer. Yeah.
You know why? He's got a big nose.
Yeah.
Is that? I feel like that's a villain.
He's got a villain's face.
It's sharp features.
Like Pip Squeaky. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell on everything that you're doing. That's my job in life. That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah. Well, Sawyer knocked him out. He looked at Julia, and Julia's like, "Get the rope." And Julia's like, "But there's a guy." Oh, I got what you're saying.
I hate how they died.
And we got Hank from Breaking Bad.
What do you think about what he does right now? Where he goes back to the guy and he's like,
To give him back his money.
yeah.
It gives us as the audience like a way to like him because like this is
He did the right thing.
yeah because he's not an evil type. So they give you like this space so you can like this guy.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, Miles, like, up until this point, I think he's been played as not necessarily a bad guy, but definitely not a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think,
He like doesn't give a shit.
yeah, this episode is the one that sort of humanizes him and makes you sort of feel like, well, he might not be a good guy, but he's like, there's good in him.
He's trying, yeah. True. And he's got all of his daddy issues, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't there.
But that's very interesting. So wait, at this point, he gives that guy his money back, but he can't turn down the money from Wood Moore's group, but he ends up coming on the freighter anyway.
Right.
Mhm. And giving the guy the money back, like when the guy asked him, "Why are you doing this?" You could have just let me go on, thinking that you spoke to him. What he says is really telling. He doesn't say it wouldn't be fair to you. He says it wouldn't be fair to your son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because essentially, go ahead.
he's speaking on behalf of the son, even without being able to communicate with him. And he's trying to explain what that guy did wrong, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he says, like, well, you should have told him when you were alive.
Yeah.
That is so dope. Because he gives him back the money. Because essentially, what that guy was trying to buy was a peace of mind.
Mhm.
Or, you know, can you tell me how my son is good? And all the things that I didn't tell him, can you tell him for me or whatever?
Yeah.
But it's
And
interesting because
I don't think giving him
from this guy.
I don't think that giving that guy the money was necessarily like refund in sort of good faith to him.
Right.
It's just saying, no, take your fucking money. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
You should have told your son earlier.
Right. You can't buy that forgiveness that you're trying to get.
Yeah.
Or you can't buy that piece of money either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to have to sit with that. Because, you know.
Yeah, some people are only grateful after they've lost good things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's especially terrible when it involves children, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah. Sad.
But I like what he did. And
Yeah.
that's true. You wouldn't be asking me this question unless you were a shitty father, and you knew it, you know? Yeah.
Look at this cute baby. They hit it out of the park with this cute baby. The baby yawned and everything. I wanted to hold that baby.
So what I want to know is, like, how did they end up separating? Like, what happened? Was he trying to flee them from the island, and the mother just didn't
Yeah.
understand?
We
like,
might
what was
find
going-
out.
That was it?
In this next episode.
I think we might find out in
Oh, okay.
this episode.
Or
Right.
it's probably gonna be a couple episodes from now. But yeah, when the incident happens, they evacuate the island. Oh, people out. Yeah, so this has been episode 13. Something like it Hoth. We were going to shut the stream down for a second while we reset for the next episode. And we'll continue with Leka and everybody else. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for donating. And we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.